recently read the book The Mighty Chewbacca in the Forest of Fear by Tom Angleberger. I wasn't expecting to do a facts and Easter eggs video for it, but there was a decent amount to find for a book targeted at a younger audience, so here we are. Let's get to it. Han and Chewie take a job while on Coruscant, and that's not really a fact or Easter egg or anything, but I wanted to point out how happy it made me that Han and Chewie were on Coruscant. Of course it makes sense that they would be there at some point, but still, it was great. The job they take is from Alinka Aloo, the daughter of Sim Aloo. You might recognize him as one of the Emperor's advisors in Return of the Jedi. Janus Grijatis also gets a mention as having a somewhat competitive relationship with Sim and Alinka. Chewie recalls a job he and Han did for Gorga the Hutt. Gorga appeared in the Clone Wars as part of the Grand Hutt Council, but the character was originally created for the Boba Fett comics back in 1995. Chewbacca is initially sent on a pet-sitting mission, delivering Tuca cats to another planet because they had been made illegal on Coruscant. The mission is later revealed as a treasure hunt for a dark side artifact that the Emperor's advisors are all trying to retrieve for Palpatine. The Octarian character Maeve brings up what her people call the Denig Fra, which translates to false hope. That refers to the time after the clone troopers left their planet in peace and before the stormtroopers arrived. It's something I hadn't really considered before, how some planets wouldn't have felt the effects of the Empire right away and would have been happy for a year or two after the Clone Wars until they became oppressed again. Speaking of Maeve, she reminds Chewie of his son Lumpawaru. Chewie says, "I have a bad feeling about this in Shriwook. The book spells it out so we can all do our best to say it ourselves, and it's Merg Gerbach." K2SO and Cassian are involved in the story, and they're after the same dark side relic as the Empire. Their goal is to keep it out of the Emperor's hands. This is kinda similar to their mission in the Secrets of the Empire VR experience, where they're hunting down another artifact. Chewie confirms that he believes in the Force, having met multiple Jedi. It sounds like the Wookiees have their own unique belief system surrounding the Force, like the Lasat. The dark side relic everyone is after belonged to a woman known as the Enchantress. She was not a Sith, but lived for centuries beyond her natural lifespan. That probably explains why the Emperor was so interested in her knowledge. Maeve recalls slicers from the Old Republic known as Squill Sifters. They were first mentioned in Legends in the Essential Guide to Warfare. There are multiple minor references to Solo, a Star Wars story, like Chewie recalling his imprisonment on Mimban, and creatures very similar to Corellian hounds. But those are all the little connections I found in The Mighty Chewbacca and the Forest of Fear. By the way, the book is on audible.com, and you know when I cover books, I like to tell people that they can get the audiobooks for free by going to www.audibletrial.com/Star Wars Explained, or by following the link in the description. If you're interested in hearing the story for free, there you go. But it's also a really short book, so if I'm being completely honest, I'd save your free credit for something bigger, especially when Thrawn Alliances is coming out in less than a month. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.